Hey, what's up and how's it going, Elder Scrolls Nation? Skullzi here, and today this video is gonna be really community based because you all have been leaving me a lot of pretty awesome comments lately, so I wanted to respond to a number of them directly and showcase a few more. And before that, I wanted to announce and talk about just a couple things. So I hope you are liking the new upload schedule so far. I want to make sure that you not only get plenty of content, but you also know when to expect it. Couple things I wanted to say about that is you can expect a comment, response, and spotlight video like this generally once a month, maybe twice if I have a lot of stuff to announce and a lot of comments to feature. Also, Scribing the Scrolls, the Elder Scrolls podcast, will be every week. Also, along with those videos, every week you can expect Elder Scrolls 6 news if there is any, along with general Elder Scrolls discussion and lore. Now, I have been running some polls on Twitter, and many of you have shown interest in me uploading some other types of videos as well. Now, I want this channel to mostly focus on Elder Scrolls 6, and maybe other gaming news and stuff for now, but I thought it could be fun to try something out. So I want to do a Q&A, an Ask Me Anything video, and how that would work is you can ask me questions directly in the comments below or on my Twitter, and in that video, when I upload it, I will respond directly to those questions and be totally real and honest. If this is something you'd be interested in, go ahead and ask me anything in the comments below or on my twatters. When and if I get enough questions, I'll make the video. And one last thing before we get into the comments, if you want to know ahead of time what video I am working on or I will be uploading next, be sure to follow me on that twatters, as that is where I announce most of that stuff. I will tell you though that tomorrow's video will be pretty fun. I analyze all of the drugs and narcotics in the Elder Scrolls universe and try to find their real life equivalent, and there are more than you expect. It's a continuation of my Skooma video. If you haven't seen it, you should totally watch it. A thing should pop up here for you to click on and stuff. Now let's get to the comments. The first one is by KellyTrot45. I got a feeling it will be announced and released this year. I feel like Pete was lying so people would stop asking him about so much back in 2016. Plus, they re-released Skyrim for Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, so maybe they did that to hold us off until Elder Scrolls 6. This is what I am totally hoping for as well, but unfortunately only time will tell. You do have to keep in mind though that Bethesda has done something like this with Fallout 4, saying they weren't even working on the game or haven't even started it yet. And then at E3 that year when they said that, they announced and then released the game later that year. So Bethesda can kinda lie to try and draw us off in the wrong direction. They like us to have our hype be as fresh as possible when the game is announced, that way we are as excited as we can be for it. I think they believe that if they start talking about the game too early, that our hype for it will slowly start to die down by the time the game comes out, which is kinda true. But like I said, only time will tell. I don't know if they're lying or not, but I definitely fucking hope they are. I want Elder Scrolls 6 soon, man, and at least in the next year or two. My theory is that Alduin does not truly die. His defeat sends him to another era. Awesome name, Randy Skyrim. Anyway, in regards to your comment, remember, our player is the Dragonborn. When he kills a dragon, he literally absorbs that thing's fucking soul. Who knows what happens to that dragon's thing? Maybe it gets stuck inside of him, like kinda like the Emperor's souls in the Amulet of Kings, or maybe the dragon soul literally is absorbed in the magicka of the Dragonborn. I don't know, but because of this, I believe that something special happens to Alduin when he is killed by the Dragonborn. Something that does not allow him to simply go into another era. But it is interesting to think like that, so cool comment. Thomas O'Brien says, you definitely did your research, thank you sir, and he also continues on to say, also, remember that if you killed the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim, you didn't kill Babette, probably because she is technically a child and you can't kill children, meaning that the Brotherhood lives on no matter what you choose in the game. That's pretty interesting to think about. I kinda guessed that even if you did kill off the Dark Brotherhood, that the new wave of Shadow Scales from Black Marsh would just restart the Dark Brotherhood anyway, because they're directly connected to Sithis, and they are trained to be Dark Brotherhood Master Assassins, and I'm sure at the time that when the Dragonborn possibly wiped out the Dark Brotherhood, that they were currently Shadow Scales in training, so they would have graduated to find the Dark Brotherhood more or less gone and just probably rebuilt it anyway. So I think that the Dark Brotherhood will definitely be in future Elder Scrolls games. Thank you for the comment. Uzaru85 says, another question. When you kill the Emperor during the Dark Brotherhood quest, what does that mean for the Elder Scrolls 6? Very interesting, and I brought this up a bunch of times. Some people think that your character becomes Emperor. One thing that I do know though, or at least that I can guess, is that it probably wipes out the White Gold Concordant, which is what the Empire signed with the Thalmor in order to have the peace treaty and ban the worship of Telos, which caused the Skyrim rebellion. I think with the Emperor dead, it probably nullifies that because I am sure he himself signed it, or maybe at the least it will allow a new emperor to take his place who doesn't agree with that and continues to fight the Thalmor and nullifies the White Gold Concordant. Tigrado Fart says, I'm pretty sure they're trying to beat The Witcher 3, that's why it's taken so long. Hey, I think I know someone else named Fart. Now, I haven't played The Witcher 3, but I've seen a lot about it, read a lot about it, and I've heard a lot about it, so I have a lot of respect for it, and it does seem pretty awesome. I've played Witcher 2, I enjoyed that Witcher. The Witcher universe seems pretty fucking cool, and the gameplay looks awesome. However, I still love Elder Scrolls. I love it for its lore, I love it for its immersion, and I love it for pretty much everything that's in the game. Dragon Breaks, its history, so much of it I actually just like, so Elder Scrolls will always be at the top of my list, probably even after I play Witcher 3. Next comment. Alex says, do Bethesda Game Studios earn money from the Elder Scrolls Legends or the Elder Scrolls Online? I would say directly Bethesda Game Studios doesn't earn money from it because Bethesda Softworks publishes those games. However, ZeniMax, the parent company for both Bethesda Softworks and Bethesda Game Studios. ZeniMax has ZeniMax Game Studios, who makes Elder Scrolls Online, and I believe the Elder Scrolls Legends. Maybe the Elder Scrolls Legends was a Bethesda Game Studio project, I'm not sure about that. But I do know that ZeniMax does earn money from both the Elder Scrolls Online and the Elder Scrolls Legends, so in a roundabout way, Bethesda Game Studios would likely get a portion of that money either through just funding or employees being paid, stuff like that. Saw says, Elder Scrolls Online looks like trash, and so does Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. No original feels that you get when you fire up the real traditional Morrowind. So many people have died since that beautiful game came out too. Jeez. Legendary game for its time. Rant at 17 minutes was good. Lots of good points. That's kinda how I feel about the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Morrowind was awesome. I also loved Oblivion. I love Skyrim. I love all the single player Elder Scrolls games. I do like Elder Scrolls Online, but to me it feels like a generic somewhat version of an Elder Scrolls game. There are some improvements in terms of some things, but there's a lack of other stuff. For some reason it just doesn't feel as immersion heavy. Maybe that's just because of some of the MMO aspects, but also the game world just doesn't feel as immersive. But I do like the game. They do a great job with the writing. The game does look good. The environments are kind of pretty, but compared to the core single player Elder Scrolls games, no, it's on a different level. Those games are awesome and nothing can compare in my opinion. Digital ID 4 says, this sounds familiar. Half-Life 3, anyone? No! You stop saying that! Half-Life 3 will probably never come out, it hasn't come out forever, no one knows anything about it. Yes, this is similar to Elder Scrolls 6, but no! I don't want Elder Scrolls 6 to eventually turn into another Half-Life 3. No, 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 no! David Gray says, Pete Hines, we gave you Elder Scrolls Online. Fans? Question mark. Yeah, I guess he's pretty much saying that the fans don't care about Elder Scrolls Online, which I can somewhat agree to because it's not the single player Elder Scrolls game, but this is interesting because it does make me think that possibly Bethesda used Elder Scrolls Online as an excuse to further push back Elder Scrolls 6 to either make it better or work on their other projects like they say they're doing. RPD a Beast says, no Elder Scrolls 6 till 2022. That's probably likely, unfortunately, but you gotta remember, they said 2 new projects before Elder Scrolls 6. It usually takes them 3 years to make a game, so 2 projects, that's 6 years for those projects. Add 6 years on to 2018, that's 2024, so that's already longer than, and then 3 years for the Elder Scrolls 6 development, that's like 2027. So if you get it by 2022, that's early, according to Bethesda Game Studios' current plans, and that's fucking depressing, and so much of me does not believe that. I don't know if they're just straight up trying to mislead us by lying or what, but part of me does not believe it. But logically, my brain's telling me it's true. Oh, this sucks. Either way, only time will tell. We'll see for sure, probably by not the next game Bethesda Game Studios announces, but the one after that. If we know it's not Elder Scrolls 6, then we know it's the next one, hopefully. Ah, man, this just sucks waiting! Ah! Simon Stanford says, Super Skyrim Turbo, the Challenger's Extreme Legends, It's Never Ogre Edition, Gray. Yeah, okay, that's I guess this is like him saying that they remastered it so much that by the time they're done remastering it, this is kind of gonna be what it looks like. It looks like maybe Skyrim's taking on a Pokemon thing with the colors at the end of the game. Anyway, Mark Begay says, a Bethesda game based in space could allow the player to travel across the universe, discovering vastly different worlds like Earth or the planet where the Elder Scrolls is located, all in the same timeline. That's a pretty cool idea. I've actually heard that before in one of the rumors and theories about Starfield. They've said that the Elder Scrolls universe takes place early in the timeline, Fallout in the middle, and Starfield towards the end, and that it's all the same universe. But I don't believe there is any correlation or proof in Fallout or Elder Scrolls to show that the two games are in the same universe. If I'm wrong, comment below, show me some evidence. If there is some evidence, then I kind of might believe that rumor a little bit more, that Bethesda would have all the games in the same universe. But until I start seeing evidence, I don't necessarily believe it. But cool comment anyway, thank you, Mark. Jagor Zaganov. That's my best attempt. Cool name though. They say, there will be no Elder Scrolls community in 10 to 12 years when they plan to release Elder Scrolls 6, so they will need to market it all over again from zero. Do they understand that? How to kill your best-selling franchise, Bethesda's 2030 seminar of failed developers. Buy tickets now, only on Swedish's website, Sunday, 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 Monster Trucks. He's got a lot of little hidden jokes in here. I actually like his comment because I somewhat said something like this in the Ascribing the Scroll podcast. You gotta remember, Elder Scrolls has been around for a while. Morrowind was a long time ago. A lot of people who love the Elder Scrolls grew up playing Morrowind, then Oblivion, then Skyrim, so they have to remember how many people will either be dead of old age or just simply won't be interested in the Elder Scrolls anymore if it's gonna be 10 to 12 years. That's nuts. But that should slap Bethesda in the face there. Yeah, I understand they say they're bored of making the same stuff and they want to make new things, but abandoning a franchise for 10 years is how it fucking dies. Do you think that the hype will be on the same level if the game comes out in 10 to 12 years? Surely people will be hyped for it, but the hype now is pulsating and blowing the fuck up. It's not gonna be in 10 to 12 years. I agree. They are fucking themselves a little bit if they wait that long to make the game. Maybe 5 years is understandable, but 10 to 12 years, they're gonna fuck themselves. All I can hope is that Bethesda wouldn't do that. They seem smarter than that. I hope the most they make us wait is maybe 4 more years, because anything beyond that and every year that goes on, that hype level is gonna die down because people will still love it and be hyped for it, but compared to now, it's not gonna be how it is. Alex Gunn, he says, totally agree, I'm not buying anything from Bethesda Game Studios before The Elder Scrolls 6. If I want to play Starfield or whatever else they will release before, I'll pirate it by principle. Then, after The Elder Scrolls 6, I'll buy it maybe. And I suggest you guys do the same, show them the power of community. Now, while I can't say to go pirate stuff because that would come back bad upon me, especially because I want to stay in the good graces of Bethesda and everything, I can say that it is a good idea to show game developers how much you care and how you feel about things by not spending money or buying their game. If you don't support them not making a certain game you like, don't buy their games. Make a petition, let them know that you really want Elder Scrolls, show them in legal ways how you feel. You know, I'm not going to say pirate stuff. I'm definitely not going to say to threaten them on Twitter like some fucking dumbasses do. You should never threaten people over fucking video games. These guys essentially can do what they want, even if it is not what we like, and even if it does seem a little bit shitty, and even if I myself don't agree with it, they have the right to make what they want to make, so don't threaten them and shit. But I do agree with Alex Gunn, show them the power of the community. If you don't agree with something they're doing, let them know by not buying the game or just by letting them know. Now this is the last comment I'm gonna feature, but then I'll showcase some more at the end. Burpee Derp, that's an awesome name. They say, Bethesda Game Studios. Just because we keep on replaying Skyrim over and over again, it does not mean that we will be content with it forever. So stop that goddamn re-releasing Skyrim and just tell us a little bit fucking about the Elder Scrolls 6. Sincerely, me. Good to know I'm not the only one getting fed up with waiting. And yet, the reason I'm featuring this comment is because it is quite interesting, this trend of remastering games. It's not just Skyrim, but other games as well. But yeah, they have certainly found quite a few ways to remaster Skyrim. I don't think they're gonna do it again. I don't know how else they would. But they should at least tell us something about the Elder Scrolls 6 soon. At least tell us the latest date they plan to have it done by. Even that would just be fucking amazing. And it's better than just looking up into a fucking night sky waiting for a sign. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the comments I chose. I'm gonna feature more after I'm done talking and close the video down here. Don't forget, that, I want to plan to do a Ask Me Anything Q&A video, so comment below if you have any questions, and if you want to know more about my future videos, follow me on Twitter. Tomorrow's video is going to be awesome. We're going to be looking at the drugs in Elder Scrolls lore and universe, and as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you watch us next time, when the squirrel I fed Skooma to and had attack a village accidentally grew too large and conquered half of Cyrodiil.
Bye, have a great time.